Okay, this is my second attempt at trying to show you how to make a protein brownie. My phone ran out of space somehow. There's nothing even on it. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to make a protein brownie using oats, some Hershey's Special Dark cocoa powder, a little bit of baking powder, peanut butter, and today I'm using Elite XC Fudge Brownie Protein. And you'll need a blender to grind up your oats because you're going to grind them. I already mixed up 2 scoops of protein, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then I used a quarter teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure you use baking powder, quarter teaspoon. And then I'm going to add a half a tablespoon of the Hershey's dark chocolate. A little bit goes a long way, so don't get carried away with this. It's pretty strong as far as flavor is concerned, so actually use a little bit less than half a tablespoon. So throw that in. Done with that. So basically everything's in here, minus the oats. I'm going to grind those up in here. I'm going to measure out. This really depends on how much you want. I'm going to use a cup and a half, which ends up being 120 grams. Yeah. Okay, a little bit more, whatever. And then basically you just want to grind it up until you have basically what looks like oat flour. It's going to be, you won't see chunks of oats. The quick oats probably work better than the old-fashioned because they're smaller. They're a little more processed already, so it'll grind up better. Anyways, so I've actually never used this blender to do this before, so I don't know how well this is going to work. But I will say that any other kind of blender that I've used has worked really well. This is a Ninja. Like I said, I haven't used it to do this, so I don't know if this is going to work well or not. Try it anyways. I would say that's working pretty well. So like I said, grind it up until you don't see chunks of oats. You want a nice fine powder. So you might have to stop intermittently and shake it a little bit, and then maybe pulse it a little bit. I don't know. Alright, that's probably pretty good. Gotta get that off there. Holy cow. Okay, so pull the blades out. So I'll dump this in here and I'll kind of show you about what it's going to look like. Here, I'll just show you now. Like I said, it's pretty finely mixed. There are some little chunks in there. I mean, it really depends on how long you spend grinding it up, but that'll work just fine. So I'll dump this in. Another thing that you can add, if you have access to these, and I prefer the sugar-free just because I like to chew most of my calories. This is sugar-free caramel. Works pretty good as a flavoring additive. I mean, I'm not even going to measure this out. I'm just going to pour a little bit in. And then actually, if you wanted to get real crazy, you could add some kind of coffee mate. This is peppermint mocha. I'm not going to do that. This is caramel macchiato. You could mix in milk, almond milk. I'm actually just going to add a little bit of water until it's has the same consistency or a similar consistency to like cake batter or brownie batter. But your imagination is really the only limit you have as to what you can do to this to enhance it, make it better. But honestly, with the dark chocolate cocoa powder, the caramel, the sugar-free caramel syrup, the brownie, the fudge brownie protein powder, and the peanut butter, you should have a pretty flavorful brownie. So, again, I'm just going to add enough water to, see if you can see that. Just enough water so that I can mix it up. Not adding a lot, just enough so that I can mix it up enough to, whoop, you can see. Fork works good to mix it up. Takes a second. Make sure you scrape the sides real good. You don't want chunks of stuff in there cooked and then you go to eat it and you end up with a dry chunk of ground oats. So it really depends on how you want it. If you want it to be gooey in the middle, then you'll add more water. If you want it to be pretty firm throughout, almost, you know, the same brownie texture after you microwave it, then obviously you're going to want to add less water. You can see that this is pretty thick. So that should work pretty good. Good flavor. So now I'm going to put it in the microwave. 90 seconds should be all I need to get this to cook. The longer you cook it, obviously, the more bread-like it's going to become. So 90 seconds I found seems to be right. So the outside is kind of cooked, but the inside is still kind of gooey. Really just depends on what you want. And you can literally just push 9-0 on your microwave. That actually works. You don't have to make it 1 minute and 30. Works good. My wife's laughing at me right now. I don't know why. So while we're waiting for that to cook, we'll wait for that to cook. Okay. Good talk. These are cool. You can put these in your microwave so when you heat up stuff and it likes to blow up and splatter, you don't have it all over the inside of your microwave. You don't need this for your protein brownie though. Not necessary. About 25 seconds. There we go. Okay, so this is after 90 seconds. So you can see that the inside is still very gooey. The outside is actually cake-like and cooked. So again, it really just depends on how you like it. If you like it nice and gooey, then don't cook it that long. Just warm it up. If you like it to actually be like a brownie or like a cake, you know, cook it longer. You can see the outside is like a cake. The inside is still gooey. So that's how you make a protein brownie, at least the way I do it. And again, your options are unlimited as far as what flavors and how you want it to taste. Take care.